What I want to do now is cut some of the background image out so that we get double lines in places but not in others, and again do it in a non-destructive way so that we can go back and change it. To do that is a real tricky way of using what's called a layer mask. And so what we're going to do, we're going to do it on the background layer in this case, but you can do it, well actually I'm going to change my mind. We're going to do it in the front layer and see how that goes. So to start with, I'm just going to draw a rectangle, so come over to the tool palette and use the marquee, rectangular marquee. And because all I want to do is just in the center here, I don't want the outside bits to have the double lines. So in this case the marquee tool works really well. You could do different shapes, or even the lasso tool or the polygon tool, or create another way to sort of create the shape. This is just one way of creating layer masks, so worth investigating further and finding some other ways. And then come over to the layers palette, and we come down to the bottom and there's a whole lot of options we've got. There's one there, we'll just mouse over it, so add layer mask, so we want to click on that. And what that does automatically for us is it just displays on that top layer the shapes that we want within the middle. So if we turn off that back layer, we can now see that's all it's showing. And you can see, well, it's kind of right, but kind of not. So at the top, we sort of wanted that because of to get the background thing working the way we want. So there's a couple ways of doing it. We can adjust the layer mask. So in here we've got a few options. So at the moment we can come and sort of edit the black thing. So if we click on it, you can see it's now highlighted around that piece. So it means when we sort of perform any actions on that it'll happen on the actual mask. So if we come down, and I'll just use a paintbrush tool, so brush, that's a bit small, so a really good shortcut is the square bracket. So the right one will make it bigger and the left one will make it smaller, so we'll just bring it up. And so if we start painting, you can see that it's covering over itself. So we've got black and white. So in this case, by placing white over, and you can see in the little toolbar there that it's coming over. So we're able to sort of edit this, and that's the sort of non-destruction thing. If we come down to the palette and we just flip those over, so now we're painting black, we can cover that back up. So this is extremely rough because I've got a brush with a feather on it, but it gives you the idea. So if I wanted to do this slightly different, I'd come in and be a lot more specific. I'd even come in here, something like that, because I want that to be black, and I could fill that up with a black brush. So if we fill, is that black? Why is that going funny? That's being pretty funny, eh? We want it white, so if we just flip that back over and fill that up with white, so you can see, or even if we go to a brush, back to a brush, and then just paint. So by having that marquee selected there, it's only going to paint in that area. So by using the brush and the marquee, we can get quite specific areas. So that's a great way for adjusting things in the background. So quickly, now if I use the arrow key, I can move that around, or just unselect. So Control D will unselect, so I can move the back. So I'm moving the that layer, and because I linked, everything moves. So we'll just put that back. But if I link that, see the little link in the middle is unlinked. Now if I move that, the layer mask is moving, so the background. So we can move that mask around, so which is kind of handy if we want to sort of move different bits. So only the mask is moving around. So I can bring that back. And if I highlight, now I've highlighted the actual layer, not the mask. So you can see that the layers moving around within that window. So you have great flexibility to move things around. So it's a really powerful tool, that one. So using the layer mask is a great way of sort of giving yourself a lot of freedom to cut elements of the image out, but not other ones. And always remember to save. So here we need to save, so file, save. And it's a good idea if you're doing sort of complex things, you can come back and do it later, but do save as. So we just call this one O2. Save. And just go OK. So now we've got the next one. So if we mess this one up, we can go back. So doing sort of save as different versions is a really good sort of habit to get into.